Still on the issue of spending, conservative economist from Harvard, Martin Feldstein, who supported the stimulus originally, this is what he said back in October. The only way to prevent a deepening recession will be a temporary program of increased government spending. So what's wrong with this approach?
Well, and Martin Feldstein now says it's an $800 billion mistake. You know, with all due respect to the President of the United States, the ideas, the worn-out ideas that the American people are tired of is runaway federal spending. I believe the American people rejected that under Republican control, and I believe that's the reason why support for this stimulus bill is collapsing by the hour. The American people know we can't borrow and spend and bail our way back to a growing economy. This bill, the only thing this bill is going to stimulate is more government and more debt. There is a time-honored way to stimulate the economy. John F. Kennedy knew it. Ronald Reagan knew it. When the towers fell in 2001, President George W. Bush knew it, and that is you give the American people more of their hard-earned tax dollars, tax relief for working families and small businesses, and you marry that with, as I'm sure Barney will argue, you marry that with some appropriate investments in infrastructure, certainly make sure unemployment insurance is covered. But the centerpiece of any effective stimulus bill that's ever been passed by Congress in the recent past has been tax relief. The center of this stimulus bill is massive, unaccountable government spending, and the American people are tired of it.
But basic economic theory is if you want to create demand for goods and services in an economy, somebody's got to do it. Businesses aren't spending, consumers aren't spending, so doesn't government have to be the spender of last resort, just as it has been engaged in deficit spending with regard to wars in Iraq and Afghanistan?
Yeah. Well, you're exactly right. There needs to be a release of resources into the economy, but the question here is how do you most effectively release those dollars into the American economy? Do you do it by giving working families and small businesses the opportunity to invest in ways that will create jobs? Or do you pull out, which is what the Democrats have done here, and the American people know it, pull out a tired old wish list of liberal spending priorities and pass a bill that in one fell swoop is the size of the entire discretionary budget of the United States of America?
Let's hear from the Democrats.